Hi, my name is Dr. Elsa Zekeng, and I am founder and CEO of Söker Data. Great question. So I'm a scientist. I did my first degree in molecular biology, did my second degree in a PhD in infectious diseases and global health. There I saw the challenges, which was very much a lack of data and also lack of understanding of the data. And then that was exacerbated through the COVID-19 pandemic, where I worked with the government trying to understand why there was a lack of COVID-19 vaccine uptake in Black and Brown communities, or at least hesitation to. And so through all of these experiences, I saw that this lack of data was directly posing a challenge and a problem in terms of engaging with the pharmaceutical industry, engaging with the life science industry. And so Söker Data was formed to solve that problem. So we are a company focused on gathering data sets specifically from women and global majority populations. We're centering these populations because these populations have historically been missed out in specifically in health data sets. We use AI to create insights, and we provide these insights to pharmaceutical companies to make decisions around better drug development, patient outcomes, and get drugs to market. Absolutely. I think to answer this question, I always like to go from context, right? So if we take a step back and understand the historical context, women were not included in clinical trials not until the 1960s, right? And then again, when you look at global majority populations, specifically genomic data sets at the moment are 94% from white Eurocentric populations, so predominantly from the global north. What this means is that the understanding of disease biology is predominantly based on a population that is not representative of the world. Then you go on to the advent of AI. You look at medication, well, you look at medical devices that have been approved by the FDA, only 5% mention gender, only 3.8% mention ethnicity, and actually only even a fair few mention age and socioeconomic factors. Well, what that means is that the medical devices and technologies that are currently on the market actually miss out a whole subset of the population. And so to rebalance this, you need data. Not only do you need data, you need access and understanding of that data. Now, clearly, I'm a scientist, so when I read papers, there's a level of understanding that comes natural to me, right? But that I understand that that is not the average person, and that is the same for me reading some financial papers, right? That is not my background. And so, what we aim to do is to be able to take data, make it understandable to the business person, to the commercial person, but also ultimately to the patient to have an understanding of treatment pathways. So, what that means for us is taking a specific patient and going, okay, this is your demographic. And by demographic, I mean gender, ethnicity, age. This is how you have responded to a specific treatment. This is a specific diagnostic you have, diagnosis you've had, and this is the outcome that you've had. And these companies use these data sets to prepare and predict outcomes for when a drug is coming onto market. So you can better target a patient. You can better make sure that a patient doesn't have adverse events, because at the moment women report twice more adverse events than men. that, that's a big question. um, I mean, I don't know that I'll couch that totally even under just a female founder, but I think um, being a founder is a journey that I like to say is a rite of passage. And it is character development on steroids. It is putting you in a boiling pressure cooker pot for an extended period of time. And you think, like when you put meat in a pressure cooker, everything bubbles up. The good, the bad, the fat, every single thing bubbles up. So it's something that makes you a better person and very acutely aware of what you're good at and what you're not good at.
That is probably the best image I've ever heard of to liken as an entrepreneur, yeah.
And that literally is what it is. And so I like to say the highs are really high, but the lows are extremely low. And so you try and find a semblance in between. So I wish someone had told me of the network and support system I would need. I like to consider myself, my mom actually calls me sometimes a superwoman. She's like, you think you're a superwoman? And I'm like, kind of am, but not really. I know now that I am not. And so I wish someone had told me the level and the extent of network and support that I would have needed. And so I would say to anyone starting off on this founder journey, whatever system you think you need, 3x that, because you would need it.
And my final question is just that we're here today in Boardwave Live, and obviously that's for networking and everything like that. What is the benefits that you have seen from coming to events like this?
Oh my goodness. I think I'm still processing it. So the Boardwave event, predominantly because I was a speaker, I was also invited to the dinner yesterday, and we got the chance to hear from Dame Julia, who is CEO of the London Stock Exchange, and she's just exceptionally brilliant. And so I think that is the exposure to the networks, is the exposure to what the bar is, and it's constantly pushing what that bar is, but also just the exposure to such humble people who have achieved astronomical amounts, but yet are willing to extend a helping hand, connect you to the right people, signpost you to a course, make an introduction. So yeah, Boardwave has been exceptional, and even today all the sessions have just been, yeah, it's been brilliant. So I'll be thinking about this for a while.